If they go down 0-3, well, guess what? There's no team in NBA history that's rallied from an 0-3 deficit in a best-of-7 series.
Wow. B, if you're from the Kings' perspective, and even if I was from the Warriors' perspective, and this happened to, say, a King, you want to beat. I mean, most competitors, most people being realistic, you want to beat a team at full strength, right? Because that means a little more. Now, are you going to lose any sleep because Kyrie got hurt and Kevin Love, probably not. But this does take away from it.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't take away anything. If the Kings win this series,
no. I'm saying from I feel like from the Warriors' perspective, this takes away. It's come on, man. I want to see them get beat even at full strength. It sucks that this is going down that way.
You know what? Here, I'll play devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Cavaliers in 2015 going to say,
yeah, it's who I was bringing up.
The Memphis Grizzlies of that year, they're going to say, well, Mike Conley was hurt. He's banged up. You know what I mean? They've had situations where they played teams shorthanded. Robert Williams, Time Lord. What if he's healthy in that final series last year?
That changes everything.
So nobody's going to feel sorry for anybody.
No, I'm not saying we're feeling sorry. I'm frustrated that we're not going to be at full strength. We need Draymond. Steiny did a great job yesterday explaining how after he got kicked out of the game, they scored on 9 of 11 possessions, and on one of those, it was a putback rebound.
Well, it was the putback rebound by Sabonis in which he pushed off on Kevon Looney at 102-101. He blatantly pushed off, and Zach Zarber's standing right there. That's a loose ball foul. That's an offensive foul. Did not get called. Go look at the film. Watch it over and over. Damn, you can't get a call? You've been calling it all game. Now you don't want to call it at crunch time?
Yeah.
But I will say this. The Warriors' offense seemed to flow a little bit better without Draymond Green. It seemed to flow a little bit better. The spacing was a little bit better. And now with Kuminga and Moody, I don't know where they're going to go. Maybe it's JMG. Who knows? Who knows? They're going to be a little more athletic. And I think that's going to help because the loose ball situations, they've been getting beat on. Sacramento has young, fresh legs, and they've looked like the more athletic team. Now with playing Kuminga, playing Moody, even maybe Anthony Lamb and Michael Green, you may have to dust him off.
What do you get, a minute?
He got 50 seconds.
I saw him in the corner, and I was like, whoa, JMG's in the game.
He got 50 seconds. 50 seconds.
If you were a teammate of Draymond Green this morning, would you feel let down?
Probably a little bit. I mean, the problem, here's the deal, and you look at the coaches you look at the faces. I love facial expressions. Body language sometimes can tell you everything. And we'll get to the lines in just a second. But look at the assistant coaches when Draymond Green was doing what he was doing. And the assistant coaches just look like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Well, that's what I was saying.
You're standing up, and we all celebrated. We all laughed when he did it last year in Memphis, which is why I'm not going to change. I'm not going to change the energy when he ran around the court.
I didn't laugh. I told you I thought it was absurd.
But you loved it.
No, I laughed because it was ridiculous.
You played WWE music and you loved it.
Yeah, because I thought it was ridiculous.
It was ridiculous. And you look at the assistant coaches of the Warriors, and they just look like, come on, man. But the players around them. Come on, dude.
Well, you're down.
What are you doing?
You're down in that moment 0-1.
And they're reviewing the play. You're down 0-1. It's a close game. You need to win game 2. And you start popping off with the fans.
I know.
You start popping off. And I'm just like, in the moment, in real time, I even thought to myself, I said, come on, Day-Day. Come on, man. Then he got popped. He got ejected. You knew that was coming. But now to take it an extra step and get him popped for game number 3. It sucks, and I'm sure his teammates are just thinking, again, we have to deal with this again in a big game. Our lives, you know what, honestly, Shasky, and I haven't dove too deep into what's going to happen into the offseason. We've kind of touched it at surface level. For the first time yesterday, and I still, again, I want to say this before I make this point. I believe the Warriors can still win game 3 without Draymond Green. It's going to be very difficult. They can still win game 3. But I thought, and I really did a deep dive for the first time saying, is this how it's going to end? Is this how the core is going to be broken apart with another situation like this? Is this still, come on, man.
But
Sacramento?
No, forget the Sacramento element. Let's take a step back. Draymond is going to have to look in the mirror at some level. We all have these moments in our lives where we have to be accountable. We have to, change and adjust. And people could say, oh, a zebra doesn't change their stripes. I call BS on that. No, at your core, are you essentially who you are? Yeah. But there's things that you iron out, right? You don't have all the same creases from 20 years old to 40 to 60. Or if you do, then you're very, very stubborn and unwilling to be flexible and grow. And if you want true growth, you do need to change and evolve a little. And so I look at Draymond Green and BB, you're saying, is this how it's going to end? Yeah, it kind of feels like it. Now, I don't know. We'll see what the end of this book looks like. But, like, think about this year alone. He wanted the extension 2 years before his deal was even up. When the management has told everyone, we don't give anyone extensions, 2 years out. We do it at minimum 1 year out. You got to wait till like September, October of the year that your deal is expiring. Okay, boom. Then in the offseason, after winning a championship, you should be riding high on the championship. He does the sit down with Kevin Durant, and he's alienating Bob Myers and Steve Kerr and saying they screwed up the situation, lacking accountability on his own behalf. In that situation, the whole Jordan Poole thing, we can continue to go over that, but like that's not going away. And his behavior with officials and teammates over the years, it is what it is. But people can deny it.
Well, here's the deal: the organization, in some sense, have allowed it.
Oh, they've enabled to a degree, absolutely.
So where do they fall in line with this?
Oh, well, they're I don't want to say full on enabler, but they're definitely a participant. They're a participant. But we also don't know, Bonte, to be fair, we don't know what's going on behind closed doors. We don't know what people are saying.
Well, I know what's going on the surface.
Well, then that's, yes.
So, 888-957-9570.
And like, what does Steph think? What does Clay think? Like, you're saying, like, oh, it's unfortunate it's going out like this. No, Draymond's only got himself to blame in this situation. We can argue about whether the suspension was worthy or not. His own actions led up to them even determining this. It sucks, but it's real.
Well, here's where my mindset goes, though. So you're going to suspend Draymond Green for one game. Dylan Brooks literally broke GP2's elbow last year and clubbed him in the head. He got one game. I don't care about priors or whatnot. That, to me, is not equal. That's not equal. It's not.
Well, they would tell you that the individuals aren't equal. Yeah, and I know you would say, you can't go on price, but you do. Like, life isn't about isolated incidents.
So let me break a guy's elbow.
That was wrong.
I quote-unquote stomp on a guy. The guy plays a final 703, does an interview right after the game, puts on his Prada jacket, starts singing a different tune.
But they said to you in the letter, Bonte,
I know, which is bad optics. Which is bad on the NBA.
It's even worse optics from Draymond Green. I agree.
I think it's terrible on the NBA.
Bonte, Willard had a great tweet yesterday. Decision.
I don't agree with Mark Willard a lot of things. I really don't, and I love Mark Willard. We just see things differently. But Mark Willard had a great tweet yesterday.
What's that?
Last night about the Draymond Green suspension. And he sent that out yesterday. He said the fact that the league literally wrote that this was based on history rather than the present makes it even worse. You're going to affect the series based on prior years? It's just a terrible precedent. And I don't agree with the suspension. Do you agree with the suspension?
No, I think it's an overreaction. To me, it's an overreaction.
Thank you.
And
then you put in the letter of the law
But I'm not surprised.
And talking to people around the league. Texting, using it, because I stayed up for a while because the suspension happened. I was like, oh, boy.
Oh, I was amped.
Here we go.
I was also waiting for Mandalorian to drop, which it didn't. Well, yeah. I thought it would drop at 9 o'clock. It didn't.
I was not waiting for that.
Yeah.
I was in straight up NBA playoff basketball mode. Straight up. All the other shows, like my girl and I did watch Barry the other day, but last night she's like, Dave, no, I'm in basketball.
Have you been paying attention to what's going on with the Vanderpump thing?
The hell is Vanderpump?
Come on, you know what Vanderpump is. Don't be naive.
The hell is Vanderpump? I have no idea what
you got to Google
is.
it.
What's
Spadoni,
Vanderpump?
does your girl watch Vanderpump?
No. We're trying to start the new season of Love is Blind, though, and I heard that was a lot of problems there on Netflix.
What the hell is Vanderpump?
Vanderpump is like this woman who had this restaurant, and then there's all these people that work at the restaurant, and basically there was this huge scandal where one of the people was cheating on someone else in it.
Called Vanderpump Rules, I believe.
Exactly.
I have no idea.
Well, anyway, it's big right now. It's hot.
Yeah,
it's a drama.
It's set the internet ablaze.
It's 40 days and 40 games and 40 nights. That's the hype I'm on.
Yeah, I get that. If this Warrior season ends quickly, we'll be having Michelle do hits on Vanderpump.
Why?
because we do not want to talk about Giants baseball.
I'll be watching NBA playoffs.
Well,
I'm not going to stop watching basketball.
I didn't say we were.
I'm not going to punk out. Hoops is hoops. You know what I'm saying? 40 games and 40 nights. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I don't care about these shows. It's too many shows out there. I can stick to one show at a time, keep it moving. Too much TV, man. Read a book, people. Read a book sometimes. Let's go to Gammon in Tennessee.
Read a book.
Seriously. Educate your mind. Watching all these trash ass shows, man. Vanderpump. What the hell is that?